We're continuing our discussion of the sex trafficking problem in the U.S. and efforts being made to address the issue in Bexar County. Centro Seguro is on the Roy Moss Youth Alternatives campus, the first 24/7 drop-in center for victims. Joining us now is Bill Wilkinson, CEO of Roy Moss Youth Alternatives, and Dr. Julie Strench, Chief Program Officer. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So I'm sure parents want to know, and we all want to know, who are the most vulnerable when it comes to sex trafficking?
Anyone's vulnerable, to be really honest. The most vulnerable is obviously going to be our kids that are living in the streets because they don't have any money, they don't have a place to stay. And so adults can come up to them and say, hey, I've got an easy, quick job for you. And they'll take them up on it. And so that's how they get sucked into trafficking. But that can happen at home as well. What I would say is kind of notice when kids are starting to make different choices or change the way they look, things like that.
What other kind of choices? Is it maybe social media behavior? Is it maybe drug, alcohol? I mean, what are some of the warning signs here? Well,
you've got just choice of friends. All of a sudden you see the friend group change because we do tend to migrate to the typical same types of friends you had in elementary and middle school, you tend to have in high school. So when you see that friend group change, that would be a big indicator.
Hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Dressing differently. Maybe they were more casually dressed and now they're wearing makeup or more seductive clothing for both boys or girls. And so that's kind of grooming them so that they can be trafficked in the future.
And social media, that also plays a role. I mean, parents need to watch out for that and their kids and what they do on the internet.
Sure, and they can be more secretive in how they manage their social media in front of their parents.
Hiding in their rooms, only on their social media. If parents aren't checking like what their kids are doing on their accounts, they definitely need to be doing that because that's how they engage them in relationships, and particularly kids that are maybe having problems at home and they feel like they're not loved. This is where they go to find love, and they're very dedicated to their traffickers.
So the center, it's 24/7. Do you guys need more help?
Oh, definitely. Volunteers, mentors are going to be appreciated because as these young kids come out of the life, as they're willing to make changes, they're going to need people, the community wrapped around them to make different choices so that they can stay headed in the right direction.
Tell us about that job fair that's coming up.
Right, we've got a job fair in December, on December 12th out in Bernie at the Berta Community Center. And of course, everybody can go to the website, rmya.org, because we are looking to hire staff, compassionate people, everything from professional counselors to direct care staff who are just there to be with these children.
And I want to just, before we leave, I want to talk about the counseling and how important that is, and certainly with the volunteers and the people that help, because as we talked before in the last hour with Bill, just about how these victims don't know that they're victims.
Exactly, and they don't understand what traumas that they've been put through. You're looking at the victim cycle 5 to 7 times before they're ready to come out of the life. They really believe that this person loves them. So we're going to have to deprogram them, and that's going to take ongoing clinical work to help them with their trauma.
All right. Thank you, Julie and Bill, for being here this morning.
Thank you.
And we have more information about that job fair on our website, and also on our website right now. Our sister station in Houston and Atlanta investigated the problem of sex trafficking in the U.S. The investigation includes interviews with former victims, pimps, and the men who paid to have sex with underage girls. Court records show they could be anyone, including people in trusted positions like teachers and pastors. There's also some more advice to parents about sex trafficking. Check out more on KENS5.com. Still ahead.